What if I told you that on the night the world believed Wang Yibo tragically died? YU MENGLONG's phone call came in at exactly 10 p.m., but it was never answered. What if that missed call became the center of a mystery no one expected? Tonight, we're diving deep into the shocking fictional retelling of a night that changed everything: the call, the silence, the unanswered questions, and a truth that refuses to die. Stick with me, because before this video ends, you won't just be watching a story, you'll be pulling apart every moment, every secret, every silence. And trust me, you'll never see Wang Yibo the same way again. The night was thick and airless, one of those nights where even the streetlights seemed to blink slower than usual. The city hadn't gone to sleep, but something felt wrong. There was tension in the air, a silent electricity, something waiting to break. Wang Yibo was alone in a private suite on the 27th floor of a high-rise hotel in Beijing. Hours earlier, he'd been seen laughing, intoxicated, exhausted, surrounded by people who claimed to be his friends but looked more like shadows feeding on light. The official statement would later say, Wang Yibo died from a fatal fall accident due to excessive alcohol consumption. But what they didn't tell the world, what they couldn't, was that he wasn't alone. Not really. Someone was trying desperately to reach him. 10 p.m. The phone vibrated. On the screen, YU MENGLONG. A name that carried more weight than anyone knew. But Yibo didn't pick up. He didn't hear the phone at all. Because in that moment, Wang Yibo was fast asleep, body heavy from alcohol. The world outside spinning, but his inside long gone into unconsciousness. The call went unanswered. That was the last time anyone ever tried to reach him directly. At least, that's what we're supposed to believe. Hours earlier, they were together, Yibo and Menglong, on set. Filming. Laughing. Running lines. Talking about how fame felt like a cage with silk wallpaper. YU MENGLONG had noticed something. Yibo's eyes were tired in a way sleep couldn't fix. Something was eating him alive. Bro, Menglong said, leaning close during a break. You need to rest. I'm serious. Yibo smiled, the kind of smile that hid blood. I'll sleep tonight, he promised. But everyone knew sleep was a luxury fame rarely allowed. Later that night, after filming, Yibo drank. Not socially. Not joyfully. He drank like someone trying to forget something that burned too deep. He left early, staggering toward the hotel lobby, assistants nowhere in sight. The surveillance footage would later show it all. Yibo entering the elevator. His head leaning to the wall. His fingers trembling. His phone falling once, twice, before he picked it up again. But what no one saw was the moment YU MENGLONG decided to call. In another part of the city, YU MENGLONG sat alone in his car. He wasn't drinking. He wasn't online. He wasn't asleep. He just had a feeling. A terrible, undeniable feeling. He scrolled through his phone, thumb hovering over the name. Wang Yibo Greenheart. He pressed call. 10 p.m. Pick up, Yibo. Come on. 1 ring. 2 rings. 5 rings. No answer. He tried again. Still nothing. He sent a voice note. Hey. I don't know why, but I feel like something's off. Call me when you get this. Just call me, okay? But the voicemail didn't deliver. Because Yibo's phone was already on the ground beside his pillow, screen still lit. Still blinking Menglong's name. At 3:23 a.m., news channels ran the headline. Tragedy. Top star Wang Yibo dies after fall from hotel balcony. The story was clean. Neat. Tragic. Tied up with a bow called accident. They said he slipped. They said he was drunk. They said it was no one's fault. But YU MENGLONG didn't believe that. Not for a second. Because at 4:02 a.m. after the news broke, he finally got service again. His phone pinged. He checked his voicemail. Message undeliverable. Days passed. Fans lit candles. Hashtags trended worldwide. And silent footage leaked online, grainy elevator camera footage, showing Yibo alone, head down, stumbling. That's when the conspiracy started. Some said he was followed. Others swore he was pushed. But one question cut deeper than the rest. Why did YU MENGLONG call at exactly 10 p.m.? What did he know? What was he trying to warn Yibo about? Weeks later, Menglong was interviewed. He looked older. Drained. A shell of the actor the audience once celebrated. He cleared his throat and said, "I called him. I called him that night at 10 p.m. I don't know why. I didn't plan it. I wasn't checking in. I just felt something. I didn't pick up the phone for almost an hour after I heard the news. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to believe it." He paused. "But I keep thinking if he'd been awake. If he heard my voice. If I told him to lock the doors. If I'd said something, anything, would he still?" He couldn't say it. Couldn't finish the sentence. The interviewer didn't push. They didn't have to. Everyone understood. The police report was brief. Uncomfortably brief. No sign of foul play. But fans noticed something strange. Yibo wasn't the type to drink alone. Or drink heavily, not without something tearing him apart inside. And yet, there was no sign of a celebration. No bottles shared among friends. No manager present. No assistants. Just a single unfinished glass. Half-melted ice. And a balcony door open. Back online, theories spread like wildfire. Was he followed into the hotel? Was he threatened emotionally, psychologically, or worse? Was the missed call a warning? Or the last chance to save him? Then something stranger happened. A fan claimed to have overheard a conversation in passing, someone connected to the same production crew. They said Menglong was trying to stop him from meeting someone that night. He knew something was about to go down. Another fan posted screenshots, a timeline of the night, showing that Yibo had texted someone earlier. "I'll meet you at the hotel. Come alone." No name. No context. No follow-up. That message was never answered. Could that be why YU MENGLONG called? Did he know who the message was for? Did he know what was coming? Or was it pure instinct, the kind only close friends feel? What nobody knew was this. YU MENGLONG kept calling. Even after the news. Even after the funeral. Even after the world moved on. He would call once a week. Same time. 10 p.m. Never saying a word. Just letting it ring. As if he hoped one day the phone would pick up and Yibo's voice would break the silence. People say death comes like a quiet thief. But sometimes, it comes like a phone ringing in the dark. Ignored. Unanswered. Too late. And that, maybe, is the cruelest part of this story. The truth may not be what kills you. It's the silence that follows. Now that you've heard this fictional retelling, ask yourself, was it fate? Was it something darker? Or was it simply a phone call that came too late? If you loved this deep, emotional, mysterious storytelling, don't leave yet. The silence after Wang Yibo's death didn't feel natural, it felt staged, like someone had pressed pause on an entire universe. But inside that silence, the real story was just beginning, because people were now asking the question that shook the core of every fan, every journalist, every close friend. Why did YU MENGLONG call Wang Yibo at 10 p.m. on the night he died? And why didn't Yibo pick up? Let's break deeper into the night everything changed. Hours before 10 p.m., before the world would spin into chaos, Yibo was seen in the hotel lobby. Not surrounded by fans. Not with a security team. Not even with his assistant. He was alone. That's not unusual, except for one thing. Yibo was never alone at hotels. There were always handlers, security, staff, even distant friends hanging around for opportunity. But that night, nothing. No one. Just a cold marble floor and a staircase lined with lifeless gold light. He walked in, head low, cap pulled tight, hoodie up. But the security camera caught it anyway. Wang Yibo was crying. Not loud. Not hysterical. Just silent tears, caught in the corner of his eyes, as he stepped into the elevator. People didn't notice it until the footage was slowed down, frame by frame, by fans who refused to accept an accident. Why was he crying? Who did he meet before he returned to the hotel? Who or what pushed him to drink alone? Now let's go back to the phone call. 10 p.m. Yu Menglong was pacing his apartment, no music playing, no lights on except one lamp. He hadn't called Yibo for weeks. Not because they weren't friends, but because they were both busy, filming separate projects. But something pulled him that night. Something heavy. Something he couldn't ignore. He dialed Yibo's number. 1 ring. 2 rings. 3 rings. No answer. He called again. Still nothing. Yibo, call me when you get this. He left that message, but the message died in the dark. Because deep inside that hotel suite, Yibo was already unconscious, phone beside him, vibrating silently against the sheets, a missed lifeline glowing and fading. Now here's what most people never knew. That wasn't the first time Menglong tried to warn him. Earlier that same day, on set, Yu Menglong noticed something in Yibo's voice. In the way he moved. In how he kept checking his phone, like he was waiting for a message that hadn't yet come, or one he didn't want to see. Bro, are you good? Menglong asked. Yeah, Yibo replied too quickly. Too sharp. Like the answer was rehearsed. But Yu Menglong wasn't convinced. You sure? He pressed, his tone softer this time. Yibo looked away. Some things are just out of my hands. That sentence was the last real conversation they ever had. Fast forward to the hotel. Yibo's balcony curtains were drawn. His shoes still on. A glass of alcohol half finished. The ice melted into water. A second glass on the table untouched. There were 2 theories. Someone else was there. Or someone else was meant to be. Police found no sign of forced entry. But they never checked the service elevator. Or the back stairwell. Or the roof access. Security footage was incomplete. 52 seconds of footage, gone. Deleted. Overwritten. Technical glitch. Convenient, right? Back to the call. Fans started to ask. Why did Yu Menglong call at exactly 10 p.m.? Why not earlier? Why not later? Why the exact hour Yibo returned to the hotel? Some claimed it was coincidence. But others had proof. A fan on Weibo posted this. Something happened at 9:30 p.m. I heard staff whispering. Someone called Yibo. Someone told him to go back alone. Was it a trap? Was it a warning? Or was it a choice, a final one? Now here's where it gets colder. At 10:04 p.m., just minutes after the missed call, Yibo's phone received a text. Short. Clean. Emotionless. It said, "It's done." Who sent it? Why? What was done? No one knew, because that text was wiped before investigators got to the phone. But cloud recovery leaked it. Someone tried to bury it. Someone tried to erase the truth. But they failed. And that changed everything. Now imagine this. Yu Menglong is still holding his phone. Still staring at the screen. Still waiting for the call back. But something in his chest, something deep, tells him this isn't normal. He gets in his car. No jacket. No keys except the one in the ignition. No plan. Just instinct. He drives across Beijing, headlights cutting through the wet streets, rain tapping against the windshield like impatient fingers. He tries calling again. Still no answer. He tries messaging. Still no read. Somewhere between the second and third red light. He whispers. Please don't let me be too late. Meanwhile, up in that hotel room, Yibo lies still. Breathing. Not yet gone. Eyes heavy. Mind clouded. A glass toppled to the floor. Phone still beside him, glowing faintly. He never saw the last message. He never heard the phone ring. And outside, past the balcony rail, the city kept breathing, unaware that a legend was slipping away. Now here's where it gets even darker. Some say there was knocking on Yibo's door. Very soft. Very slow. Almost polite. 3 knocks. Then silence. Then a whisper. Are you alone? No answer. Door never opened. Minutes later, the balcony door is found open. And the official report claims fatal fall due to alcohol intoxication. But fans know one truth. Yibo wasn't clumsy. Yibo wasn't reckless. He was careful. Thoughtful. Exact. So what pushed him out that night? Gravity? Or something else? Something, or someone. Now, let's rewind again, back to 10 p.m. The phone keeps ringing. If Yibo heard that call, if he woke up, if he answered, everything could have changed. Because according to one leaked voice note, after Menglong tried calling Yibo, he called someone else. Someone higher up. Someone with power. He told them, "Get someone to the hotel room. Now. Something's wrong." But by the time anyone arrived, it was over. When Menglong finally reached the hotel, the lobby was already barricaded. Cameras flashing. Reporters whispering. Security yelling. "It's true?" Menglong asked, voice shaking. "We're still confirming," someone muttered. But the look on their face said everything. YU MENGLONG collapsed. Right there. In the lobby. Not from shock. From regret. Because he knew deep in his bones that phone call at 10 p.m. wasn't random. It was a signal. A warning. A chance. And it was missed. Forever. Now ask yourself. Why is that call still haunting so many people? Why is it still talked about? Why does the time, 10 p.m., feel like a curse? It's because that moment was the last connection between Wang Yibo and someone who truly cared about him. The last thread holding him to the world. The last chance to save him. And it slipped. Fans still message Menglong today. You should have called earlier. You should have gone to him. You should have saved him. But guilt doesn't work like that. It doesn't fade. It doesn't heal. It becomes a story burned into your ribs, every breath a reminder. Every night at 10 p.m., YU MENGLONG sits in silence. No music. No distractions. No voice. Just a phone. And a name in his contacts he never deletes. Wang Yibo Green Heart. Some say this story is tragedy. Others say it's mystery. But the truth is, it's both. A tragedy that became a mystery. A mystery that became a question. And a question that still hangs in the air. What if Wang Yibo had answered that phone? If you're still watching, then you're not just a viewer, you're part of the story. This mystery lives on because people like you refuse to forget. And now, it's your turn. Before you leave, do this. Like this video, it helps the story spread. Comment your theory, I'm reading them all. Share it with someone who loves dramatic stories. Subscribe, this channel has many more stories coming. Now tell me in the comments. Why do you think Wang Yibo didn't answer the phone? Do you think YU MENGLONG knew something was going to happen? If you could rewrite that moment, what would you have done at 10 p.m? Let's talk. Let's go deeper. Let's solve it, together.